Good morning, it's Sheila from She's a Sassy Lady, and we're going to revisit the card that we made last week. Howdy. The only thing is now, instead of using these made-up words that are already done on our Gypsy cartridges, sometimes we want to make something that is a different type of a word. Well, you can use regular letters and still make one of these cards. So this is the howdy card that was. So what I'm going to do is just kind of go back, and we're just going to use this one. See how it's howdy? We'll get rid of this one and delete it. That way we don't have to go through all the measurements all over again. And we can get rid of the word howdy. Oops, oops, oops. Move that back. Just the word howdy. We want to delete that. So that's the base of our card, and we know it's just the perfect width. So right now what we're going to do is I have a gift that I want to make someone, and it's going to have her name on it, and her name is Lisa. And so what I'm going to do is make the word Lisa, and I'm going to use cursive. Matter of fact, there's one of the people that I'm going to put on here. We're even going to bring this card up just an extra more than it was, just one step further. And I think I'm going to grab the piece of artwork right now so that I've got it. And of course, do you think I can see the piece that I want? That's it. Okay. And I'm just going to leave this and stick it on. Well, layer 3 we're going to delete because we don't need it anymore. And this is, oops, how did I get howdy back again? I wonder why it did that. We're going to make a layer 3 and put that on the layer 3. That didn't work at all. Layer 2, reach that little girl, go to layer 3 and place it there. And for some reason I have howdy on here, and I don't know why. We're going to save this. Save as. We don't want to save it as the same thing, otherwise it'll go back. So I'm going to backspace and just go card-Lisa. Okay. Now let's see what we got here. Okay, it's not there. Okay, it's the way it's supposed to be. Now we'll get rid of that again, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with that in a minute, but I didn't want to be switching over cartridges back and forth, save a little time since I was already there and wanted that piece of artwork. I want to go to Cursive 101 because I like that font, because this is a very girly girl, not a girl, girly woman. I mean, she's a beautiful young lady, or I don't know if she's a young lady, beautiful woman, and she's very, very feminine. And I think Cursive 101 has a very feminine font to it. So I'm going to use cap lock, L, take off the cap lock and do I-S-A, Lisa. Now let's move it down here, bring it up, and I need to weld all these letters together. But the problem I have is I won't be able to dot, and I gotta hide that layer 3 so we don't see that girl. I want to hide that dot on Lisa, because, or not hide it, I want it to show. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to bring that I over, and instead of using and bringing everything in using the kerneling button right here and bringing it in little by little, I'm going to bring it in letter by letter. Okay, so we're not going to use that, and the reason being is I want this I, that dot for the letter I, to go up on the L. So all I'm going to do is move it over until it just touches a hair. And see, it did right there. See how it's just over that line like that? Then I'm going to grab the S, see it turn purple, and bring the S there. And then grab the A, whoops, the A, it's turned purple, and bring that. So I have the word Lisa, whoops, in cursive. Okay, now what I want to do is they are all grouped together. I want to weld them on the advanced key. So now they're all welded together, and look at this. The dot is, or the dot for the letter I is there, so it'll be perfect. Okay, perfect. Now, what we want to do is we need to make this 4.25 wide. So I am going to take and make this right here 4.25, and that's my width, and my height is only 2.06, and I think I want it a little bit higher. I think I want it at 2.75. So to do that, I have to take off that little chain right there and click on my height button, and we'll make it 2.75. Okay, now let's ease out, and we're going to get this right up in here, and I have to show my layer 1 so that I can see my little template that I have, so that it fits right in there. And I'm going to zoom up so that I can see a little bit better. And as you can see, we're off a little bit. So we've got to, the Lisa is in the right position, but the box itself, the card base, isn't. So we'll just get the Lisa positioned properly, and we will get the box, and it's blue. And I think it needs to go just a hair. Maybe I moved too much. Oh, you know what? That's what the problem was. Okay. If that one little thing isn't on just right, this actual size button, it'll be off a little bit. It'll show little lines on the side. Now the Lisa is fitting right within there. And actually the Lisa could move over just a hair to the right. There we go. So it's edge to edge. And look at, we can make the Lisa go up a little bit more so it's at the top. Now what we want to do is, we have the word Lisa. We need to take and go to layer 3 and hit copy, copy, because I want 2 Lisas, because I'm going to make my card 2 up. I'm actually going to make 4 because it's a gift. I'm going to make a set of gift cards for her. Now Lisa is highlighted, and notice they're not welded together yet. So what I want to do is I want to touch the group button and grab the card base, go to the advanced key, and because it's, the letters were welded once and then the box was welded once, there's 2 separate welds there. It'll show weld. I unwelded it and I welded it back together again, so it's all one piece. So all we have to do is look at the eyeball, and we've got a problem again. Look at this. Look at the inside the L. We've got to get rid of that. So what we're going to do is take off the eyeball, touch just the L. So we've got to get the L. Now we've got the L. The L has turned purple and it's highlighted. And we just want to, it's already highlighted in red there. Hide that. Okay. And it'll still show it, but let's take off that. And notice as soon as it's like that, it's gone. See right there how that little circle's gone? So the card will cut properly. Now, what we want to do is grab it, and we're going to make it 2 up because this is a gift. I'm actually going to make 4 of these. Okay, and wait a minute, I don't want to do that yet. There's something I want to do. I want to go back to layer 3, and I want to grab this little girl right here that I took from Forever Young. Go back to layer 2 and hit copy, and let's make this bigger. I want to make this so that this girl is looking at Lisa. Now right now she's looking at her, but when I fold this over, she's going to be going the wrong direction. So I've got to flip her. So now she'll be going the right direction when that card is folded over on top of Lisa. Now I'm going to show you that because I've already cut it out. Here, let me widen this. Awesome papers. K & Company. Awesome papers. And look at, I haven't scored it yet, so I'm not going to do that. Notice how she is looking in. See that? At the Lisa. Okay? We'll score that and do that in a minute. But right now, let's get this all the way designed. I designed one last night, and I wanted to go through it with you so that you could see how easy this is to do. And you can add artwork on. Now grab your lady and hold the pan button down if you want to move, which is what I want to do, because I want her big enough where she's going to go almost the size of the card, almost that, and she could easily go 5.5 inches. That's okay. She's very thin, she's very narrow, and height, she's already 5.59, so that won't work. She's too big. We got to make her smaller. She can't go above 5.5 inches. There, 5.47. Okay. And I'm going to move her over to the right a little bit. Whoops, down a little. I want her right within the card base. And her feet are hanging over the bottom, so we've got to get it in. There. And she'll be right over the fold so that she's looking in towards the card. Okay? Now, at this point, what you want to do is you want copies of her so that, you know, you can make other ones. So we're going to go to layer 3. She's highlighted. We're going to go to layer 3, and we're going to hit the advance key and copy. So we've got her. Now the only thing is I think she's going, is she going in the right direction? Yes, she's going in the right direction. This morning when I cut them out, I cut a bunch of them in the wrong direction. No, she's going in the wrong direction because she's going to be looking in towards Lisa. So we've got to turn her this way. And I'll double check it when we run the other one. And we're going to copy. And I'm actually going to make a card with four of these cards as a gift for her. They're note cards. Whoops. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 of them. And let's get rid of that little one right there. X that. And we need 4 Lisas. So 1, 2, 3. So that way all I have to do is cut the base of my card 4 times. 4. Okay. Now let's double check that because I want to make sure that I've got it going in the right direction. Now how many of these do I have? Move that. That's just a shadow. Okay. Layer 2. Go to layer 2. And I'm going to hit save. Okay, now yeah, she's going in the right way because as soon as you fold her over, look at that. Oh, you guys can hardly see that. Let me get in a little bit closer. See how she's going the right direction now? Because when you take and you fold her in, she's going the right way. Now, the only thing is on my paper, again, this was 2-sided paper. One side's white, one side's color. So for me to get my card just right, I'm going to have to flip this. But first I've got to weld it. I've got the woman in the right place, so I want to take her, go to the basic key, go to the group button, touch the full one, go to the advanced key, and weld it. Now to make sure that you've got the cut going right, just look at it and look at that. It's perfect. Okay? Now, let's take, and because my paper is 2-sided, what I did is I flipped it. So I grabbed my thing and I flipped it and I duplicated it. So that I have 2 up on this page, and all I did was cut this twice. and the other page once. Wait till you see the other paper that I did. It's awesome. Okay. And then we just want to hit save. And that's all it takes on our card. Okay. Now, give me a minute and I am going to get the card ready and we'll put it together. Okay, I'm back, and what I'm doing is I'm inking, and this is my little ink, my daubers. I show them off whenever I get the chance, and I thank Ian over at the Newbie Crafter for making this portion right here, and I got this at scrapbook.com. Anyway, I use my little daubers, and what I'm trying to do is just ink the letters so that when I put them on you won't see the white behind it. And I'm using close to my heart's Lagoon ink right here, and they're daubers, and it works out really nice. And all I'm doing is the back of the card. I am not going to have any other paper in it at all, so what I'm kind of doing is going around the whole edge so that it's inked and it looks nice. So it'll give it a nice look and a more finished look. So I'm doing that. Well, one of these days I'm going to have to replace this dauber. I've used it for about 3-4 months and I keep using it and reusing it, and it's just starting to flake off a little bit. It's really lasted a long time. I've really gotten my use out of it because this happens to be one of my favorite colors, and I use a lot of papers with this in it. Now what I do on this side is I just fold it over and then do it like that, just so that I have an edge, a nice finished edge on it. And again, I'm not going to line it with another paper since it's white already. And it'll make a wonderful little note card for Lisa. And on this side, wherever there's white, just on the girl up here, I'm putting this Lagoon on, and as you can see how close it is to the actual color, so that it covers nicely. And that's all I have to do on that. At any rate, I've got 2 more of these to ink up, so I'll take care of that and then I'll be back to you, okay? Okay, I'm back, and you've got to see this. Now, I got to show you this. Look at this, what I'm putting on here. Look at this. Isn't this just gorgeous? Don't you just love, look at how this just sparkles. This glitter paper. It's just too awesome. And I just love the way it sparkles and glitters. And I think Lisa's going to love it too. Like I said, she's kind of a girly lady. I mean, she's a very strong woman. Don't misunderstand that. But she's just a beautiful lady that I haven't met in person, I might add. See, I gave a little hint. I know she reads my blog or watches my blog. And but I know lots of Lisas that watch my blog, so I'm not. But at any rate, she's a blogger too, and just a sweet, sweet lady. And I can't wait till she gets this in the mail. I probably won't get it off right away today, but I'm sure I'll have it in the mail within the next 2-3 days, and she'll get it, and hopefully she'll be surprised, because I'm sure this particular Lisa won't think that it's coming to her. So it'll be a surprise, and hopefully she likes it. I like it, and I think I'm going to make one that says sassy, and I thought about changing it all up and making it sassy, and I thought, no, I really need it for this, and I don't have time today to do something for me, as I've got so much going on. And I wanted you to see that not only can you add, make word cards like this, but you can make your own word. I mean, that just opens you right up to just about anything, doesn't it? And look at how that I is dotted right there. Isn't that perfect? Lisa. Now let's put the lady on. And I'm not pop dotting this because I want it easy for her where she can stick it in the mail. They're just nice little note cards she can stamp if she wants. any message that she wants to on this or in the inside, or just use it as a note card. Like I said, it reminds me of her, especially the dress on this lady, because this particular Lisa, matter of fact, one of the first pictures I saw of her, she was in a dress, and kind of just very pretty. Let's put it that way. Very pretty lady. So, I want to make it easy for her so that she can mail out and not have to spend any additional postage. Notice how that fits just perfectly on there. Look at that. And how easy was this? So you did the hard work last week. You learned how to do it. And all I did was use the same base and just altered it a little bit. I mean, it doesn't get any easier than this. And look at this card. Can you stand it? Look at this. I'm going to zoom in so you can see it. It just glitters, and it's very simple. What a nice little note card is that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Very nice for a girly type woman, or any type of woman. I mean, anyone would be happy to have that. I would like to have one. Matter of fact, I've thought of having it, making one for myself, like I said, and I thought, oh, I got to get this out for Lisa. And normally, as you know, I stamp the back on a big stamp, but because it's as a gift, I don't want, you know, the great big handcrafted by Sheila McShay. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. All I'm going to do is write on the bottom, right down here in small letters, I'm just going to sign my name, Sheila, and then 13 on it. So it tells the year that it was made, and that's it. And I will send her the envelopes also to go with this, and so that she has that. Oh, look at this, I got glue on my fingernails. It looks terrible. But I've got to do all 4 of them now, and I'll be back to you after I get them all put together. But that's today's project, and I want you to do one too. That's my challenge to you, is let's see you do it, and you put together one of these little cards. And it can be with a word all made up, or you can make up your own word too. But look at how nice that is. Don't you think she'll love it? Have a blessed day. Bye now. What do you think? They're done. Won't this make a wonderful, wonderful gift? 4 note cards, all personalized to her first name. I mean, you gotta love it. I know I sure would like it if I got a set of note cards that had Sheila on there, and I would use them up. I was excited when I had one with just the letter S on, and to have my full name. Look at that. Every one of them just perfect. Lisa. All 4 of them, Lisa. And in such beautiful colors. Now, you would be proud to send out notes in something like that, wouldn't you? Well, I sure hope Lisa's going to like these. I know I would. Anyway, I just wanted to come back on and show you what their final picture looked like on it. And the great news is that it fits perfectly in an A2 card, so it won't cost her a penny more than regular postage to send out her notes. You have a blessed day. And oh, if she wants to, she can stamp anything that she wants in the inside, or she can use it to write a note. There's plenty of room to write a note. You have a blessed day, and thank you for joining us here at She's a Sassy Lady. Get out there and get some crafting done. There's so many neat things to do. And look at, I just gave you some new ideas today. And that opens you wide up. I mean, you could fit a Laura on here, you could fit a Jen on here, a Jennifer. Jennifer would be kind of rough because there's not enough letters, but a Jen would go fine on there. But remember, you can make the letters as wide as you want or as deep as you want, and they can be brought up in 2 different sizes with the Gypsy, so that you're doing the width one size and the height another size. And how nice is that for making projects? You have a blessed day. Thank you for joining us today at She's a Sassy Lady. Bye now.